And a very pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Henley Hornets basketball. Tonight, the Skyline Conference season officially tips off as the Hornets get set to host the Hidden Valley Mustangs. So glad that you could be with us tonight. My name is Josh Eldridge, coming to you live from Henley High School, and you heard me right. The league season begins tonight, where the real games begin. You're playing the teams that you're so familiar with and trying to fight for playoff seeding and, of course, a league championship. That long road starts tonight for each of these teams. The Henley Lady Hornets come into tonight's game with an 8-7 overall record. Hidden Valley is 5-9 under new head coach Andrew Clem. We'll talk about the seasons each of these teams have had so far, as well as a look at the Skyline Conference. A couple other games going on tonight that we'll keep our eyes and ears on. More details on that in a bit as we continue your coverage of Henley Lady Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
We're back inside the Hornets' nest on mybasin.com, gearing up for the opening matchup of Skyline Conference play in the 2023 season. Each of these teams embarking on a league schedule in the newly formed Skyline Conference. We talked a little bit about it during football season and then through a couple of the broadcasts you might have seen earlier this basketball season. But the Skyline Conference looking a little bit different this year, notably missing North Valley High School. So now, with the overall records leading the way, let's take a look at the new Skyline Conference standings. Atop the league is the Phoenix Pirates. They're 8-6 overall, followed by the Henley Lady Hornets. They are 8-7. Each of the final three teams kind of battling to get back near 500. Hidden Valley 5-9. Klamath Union is 4-4, so they are at 500 right now, just playing a handful less games. And the Mazama Vikings, they are 4-8 on the season. That is the Skyline Conference standings. From the overall record standpoint, tonight we'll have a whole new list of leaders. As along with tonight's game between Henley and Hidden Valley, one other Skyline Conference game being played tonight at Phoenix High School as the Vikings visit the Pirates. We'll try to get you a final score on that as we move throughout tonight's broadcast. That game tips off at 6 p.m. as well, as it's great to be back, ready for Skyline Conference basketball. It doesn't get any better than league play, and these two teams certainly have history battling at the top of the conference for most of the last 5 seasons. But now with the new head coach at Hidden Valley, Andrew Clem, looking to iron out some problems that he had with his team earlier on. Had a tough month of December, has kind of bounced back in January. We'll take a look at the season that each of these two teams have had so far in a little bit more depth before starting lineups and tip here at Henley High School. Keep it tuned right here at mybasin.com.
feel like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And we're back courtside at Henley High School, getting ready for the first Skyline Conference game of the season between the Hidden Valley Lady Mustangs and the hometown Henley Hornets. As we take a look at the seasons that each of these two teams have had to this point, Henley has been on a little bit of a hot streak, so to speak. They've won 5 of their last 7 games dating back to December 20th. They split games on the road at the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament, defeating Marist 54-41 and just losing by 4 points to Marshfield 41-37. Meantime, Hidden Valley has had a rough go of it in the month of December. From the 15th through January 6th, Hidden Valley Mustangs only won 1 game. Now, the thing to keep note of, and I was talking to the Henley coaching staff a little bit before this game, and I'm sure Hidden Valley, having played a similar number of games, has experienced this too. What a busy month of December it was for each of these two ball clubs. The 6-day break that Hidden Valley has had between the Skyline Sky-M crossover tournament and today's game is the longest break between games that they've had all season long. They have not had more than 6 days off. So you can 6 days off in a row, which is abnormal coming into a league season. Sometimes you do go a full week without a game, and when you start to get streaky, especially with the new head coach and Andrew Clem, they lost 4 straight, they won 1, then they lost 3 more. And when you play back-to-back-to-back games like that, it certainly can happen. So be curious to see what a Hidden Valley team with plenty of experience and 6 seniors on the roster has brought to Henley High School tonight. It'll be a great one as we kick off Skyline Conference play. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, it'll be time for starting lineups and tip as we get ready for Skyline Conference basketball on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Well, that means we are just about ready for basketball tonight from Henley High School, as we'll start with the starting lineups for the Hidden Valley Mustangs. Starting sophomore, number 1, Hannah Ramos. Number 2, Morgan Tiffin, a senior, getting the nod along with number 4, Asia LePan, a junior. Number 24, Gia Bentz, a senior, along with number 34, another senior, Delaney Pierce. The Mustangs are coached by Mr. Andrew Clement, assisted by Cindy Ford, Ashley Warnke, and Katie LePan. Now it's time to meet the starting 5 for the Henley Lady Hornets. Starting at guard, a freshman, number 4, Lily Fussell. Senior, number 11, Holly Parker, along with junior, number 12, Maya Mock. Junior, number 15, Annie Campos, getting the nod along with sophomore, number 22, Anna Harper. The Hornets are coached by Randy Denson and assisted by Heidi Friend and Kevin Petrick. All right. Just about ready for basketball tonight. So glad that you're with us to tip off Skyline Conference play. It is a long season ahead. All hoping for a league championship tonight. Or a league championship start to the season tonight, I should say. The Hornets tied at the top of the conference last year. Hidden Valley was in the mix for most of last season as well, as the tip is up. And the Hornets look to control the opening tip early. Looks like it might have been a jump ball this quickly. It looks like we will probably just re-jump for it, re-tip, I should say, as Lily Fussell is there to tip against Asia LePan. And the tip controlled by Hidden Valley this time as the Mustangs take it up the floor as they go from right to left. Quick look at 3 from Bentz, won't go. And possession will stay with Hidden Valley after the whistle. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, the Henley boys filing into the arena. So we'll have coverage of their game right after the conclusion of this one. That's just getting started. Here we go. It is Bentz with it, taking it around, top of the key, trying to move left with it. She kicks it over to Tiffin. Tiffin holding it high, back to Bentz on the far side. She's trying to get it inside to Pierce. Pierce corrals it, now takes it as Tiffin with the shot. That won't go, and the ball goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Mustangs, as a Hornet was the last one to touch it before it went out. Here's Bentz, inbounding it to Pierce, but it's stolen away by Annie Campos. As Annie brings it up the floor, kicks it ahead to Parker. Parker on the near side, back to Campos, driving in that far lane. Bounce pass over into the corner, the shot no good. Taken by Mock there, and now the Mustangs have got it. Pass over to Tiffin, she drives in, the shot bounces around the rim and won't go. Rebound is snagged by Campos. She's going to bring it up the floor for the Lady Hornets. Pass into the front court. And the shot taken by Mock won't go. Charge a foul to Gia Bentz. That's her first, Hidden Valley's first foul as well. As in a scoreless ball game, 6:48 to go in the first. Maya Mock will get a pair of free throws to try to break this scoreless tie. Here's the first. That one won't go. And with the pause in the action, we'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check, and they're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. Both free throws no good. Hidden Valley turns the ball over promptly. And it'll be Hornets basketball with 6:43 to go in the first. Still scoreless. Annie Campos to bring it up the floor for Henley. Trying to dribble along the right side. Draws a triple team up with the shot from 9 feet out. Won't go. Rebound out of bounds. Possession goes to the Mustangs. Gia Bentz to inbound. Henley breaks out a little bit of a defensive press here. Inbounded pass is collected by LePan, who's now going to hand it right back to Bentz. She brings it across the timeline for Hidden Valley. Stops, top of the key. Kicks it back over to LePan, now on the near side. With it now is Bentz. Zipping a pass inside, intended for LePan, right through her hands. Out of bounds, Hornets basketball. Campos bringing it up for the Hornets. Passing it near side to Parker. Parker pump fakes, drives inside, kicks it out to Mock for an open look at three. Off the front iron, won't go. Parker collects the rebound up with the shot. That won't go. Campos cleans the glass, puts it back up and in for the first couple points for the Hornets. It's LePan bringing it up, kicks it to Bentz. Bentz trying to move right with it. Stutter steps, bounces it outside to Ramos. Ramos driving the lane, loses the dribble, kicks it back outside to LePan. She shoots from about 10, rolls off the rim, won't go. Now it's Harper with it. That's Fussell with a high arcing shot, rattles off the glass, won't go. Now it's LePan, kicks it to Bentz as she'll bring it across the timeline for Hidden Valley. Guarded closely by Parker. Trying to jump the passing lane was Mock, but Ramos collects the basketball, kicks it out to Bentz for a good look at three and swishes it. Hidden Valley on the board with a triple. 3-2 Mustangs, 4:52 to go in the first. And it'll be Campos bringing it up the floor, tries to cross left, bounce pass inside, loose ball collected by Hidden Valley. Bentz kicking it ahead to Ramos, open layup won't go, and Henley collects the rebound. Campos bringing it up the floor, stops, top of the key, given room, steps into a three, it's good, and Henley answers with a triple of their own as they're back in front, 5-3, 4.5 to go in the first. Campos with the steal, bringing it up, bounce pass inside, and a beautiful pass and a better score for Anna Harper as the Hornets now lead 7-3 with 4:07 to go in the first. Now it's Bentz with it now. Bentz bouncing it over to Ramos. Ramos ahead to Pierce, top of the key. Pierce puts it on the deck, driving inside against Campos. High arcing shot, that one rattles out, won't go. And it'll be Hidden Valley who collects the rebound, and Morgan Tiffin trying to get it to Bentz. Loose ball. Bentz collects, shoots from 18. That one won't go either. And it's Maya Mock who collected the rebound for Henley as she races up the floor. Trying to drive inside, up with the floater, off the glass, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, last touched by Henley. And some substitutions coming in for the Hornets. It's going to be Senya Campos and Kennedy Modine, and a timeout called by Coach Clem. We'll take 1-2. 3:32 to go in the first, and the Hornets lead 7-3 as we tip off Skyline Conference play tonight on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
7-3, and the Hornets lead with 3:32 to go in the first, and the Mustangs will start with the basketball. Inbound pass collected by LePan as she brings it up. LePan passing it to Tiffin. Tiffin driving inside, shoots from 8, won't go, and Lily Fussell collects the glass. Fussell pushing the pace, out to Modine for 3, rattles out, won't go. Pierce with the rebound. Throws it ahead to LePan. She races up, tries to get a pass off. It's knocked away. Pierce collects it, hand it over to Ramos. Now to Tiffin on the right side. Tiffin over to LePan. LePan shoves it over to Ramos. Ramos back to Bentz. Bentz head fakes, driving inside. Shot from the left elbow, won't go. Loose ball collected by the Hornets. Pass finds its way to Modine. Modine driving inside, loses a handle, and Tiffin comes away with a steal. Staunch defense from the Mustangs as they trail by 4. 2:25 to go in the first. As Tiffin slows down the pace for the Mustangs. Kicks it ahead to LePan. LePan to Pierce, top of the key. Pierce thought about a 3, swings it around. Trying to get it inside to Benz, but it's picked away by Campos. 2-on-2 fast break for the Hornets. Campos takes it herself and gets the bucket. Hornets take a timeout. 2:08 to go in the first, and they lead 9-3. We'll take a break as well. MyBasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So throw it here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
9-3 the score. 2:08 to go in the first, and the Hornets are leading. 7 of Henley's 9 points coming at the hand of Annie Campos. All 3 of Hidden Valley's points credited to Gia Benz, who drained a 3 earlier in the quarter. And now as the teams head back out onto the floor, it looks like it's going to be Ashlyn Cernowski checking into the game for the Hornets. And for Hidden Valley, number 21, Deanna Dice checking into the game. One of the 6 seniors for Hidden Valley. Mustangs start with the basketball. High pass intended for Tiffin is picked away by the Hornets, and Campos collects the loose ball. Campos trying to bounce it inside to Fussell, but she won't be able to get to it as Benz knocks it away. Benz crosses the timeline, guarded by Modine. Hasselt gets it to Tiffin in the near side. Tiffin head fakes, drives the lane, up off the glass, rattles in. 2 points for Morgan Tiffin as Henley still leads 9-5 with 1:43 to go in the first. Campos zips it to Modine on the left elbow. Driving inside, Modine with the shot off the front of the rim, no good. Cernowski with the rebound, and Tiffin with the steal. It's going to be a charge against Tiffin, and Coach Clem making his case. He might have one. Second team foul for the Hornets. Senya Campos kicking it over to Fussell, who knocks down a quick 2. As Henley now up 11-5, 1:17 to go in the first. Bringing it up now is Dice. Dice ahead to Ramos. Now brings it around. Ramos, shot from 10, off the glass, no good. And Campos collects the rebound. Campos racing up the right side. Battles through contact, makes a move to the rim, no good. Collects her own rebound. The putback attempt, no good either. And Ramos collects the rebound for Hidden Valley. And as it picked away by Modine, she goes to the rim, gets fouled. And pardon me, that was Fussell on the steal. The bucket's no good, and the foul was not on the shot either. So Fussell will inbound, and Anna Harper checking in for Ashlyn Cernowski. Ashley Junker checking in for Hidden Valley as Hannah Ramos takes a seat on the bench. Inbound pass for Fussell is directly to Anna Harper, who doesn't waste any time getting 2 points for herself. She's got 4 tonight, her team up 13-5 with under a minute to go now in the first, and a foul on the ensuing inbound pass. Looks like it's going to be against Annie Campos, her first. Second Henley team foul, and a substitution as Campos comes out, and Meredith Brown checks into the game for Henley. Inbound pass is going to be knocked away and picked up by Holly Parker. As Holly Parker brings it up the floor, kicks it to Fussell for 3, won't go. And Dice collects the rebound for Hidden Valley, but she steps out. In doing so, it'll be Henley basketball. Fussell lofting it into Harper again. Same play, same result. 2 points for Anna Harper. She's got 6 tonight. 20 seconds to go in the first, and the Hornets lead by 10, 15-5. And the Mustangs trying to get something going late in this first period as Bentz brings it up the floor, crosses the timeline. Now 10 seconds to go. 9 seconds now. Bentz gets tied up at the left elbow. Jump ball, possession Hornets. Good defense by Lily Fussell, the freshman, making the heads-up play. All right, 6 seconds now after the inbound. Senya Campos crosses the timeline. 3 seconds now, steps into a three, won't go. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter with the Lady Hornets leading 15-5. We'll be back with second quarter action tonight on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
The Lady Hornets back out on the floor as they lead Hidden Valley by 10. 15-5 after one quarter as Annie Campos is on the floor along with Maya Mock, Holly Parker, Senya Campos, and Anna Harper. For the Mustangs, it's Gia Bentz along with Deanna Dice and Morgan Tiffin, Asia Lepin, and Ashley Yunker. The 5 on the floor for Hidden Valley as the Mustangs can't get the inbound off before the Hornets steal it away. Campos takes it left, spins right, can't get the bucket to drop, misses the putback. Holly Parker has the ball ripped away as she hits the deck. It looks like it's going to be Hornets basketball underneath their own bucket. Inbound pass goes to Annie Campos, puts it on the deck, up with the right arm, no good. And it'll be Yunker who gets the rebound. Yunker over to Bentz. Bentz lofting over to Dice. Dice. Kicking it over to Lepin. Now it's in the hands of Bentz along the near corner. Bentz puts it on the deck. Gets it to Lepin. Back to Bentz. Bentz driving the lane, spins around, shoots from 10, bangs it off the iron, no good. Campos collects the rebound, zips it ahead to Anna Harper, and she converts on the open layup. Anna Harper taking advantage of early opportunities. She's got 8 points tonight as her team up 17-5 over Hidden Valley. Now it's Bentz with it. Bentz has a look at three, is going to kick it to Dice at the free throw line, now to Tiffin. Tiffin backed up beyond the arc. Makes a sweet move with the ball. Goes up against Senya Campos. Contact made underneath. No whistle. And Henley gets the loose ball. Annie Campos pushing the pace for the Hornets. At the right elbow. Bouncing it inside to Anna Harper. Give her an open look at the rim and she'll take advantage. That's 10 points tonight for the sophomore. And her team up 14. 19-5. 6.5 to go in the second. Pass goes way ahead and out of bounds, as I think the pass was intended for Ashley Yunker, but it'll be Hornets basketball. As Kennedy Modine checks in for Senya Campos, Lily Fussell in for Holly Parker. And the ball will actually go back to the Mustang side of the court. However, Henley will inbound, getting it quickly into Harper, and it's like clockwork. 12 points tonight for Anna Harper, all underneath the rim, and 21-5 the score now, 6:11 to go in the quarter. Anna Harper, after the steal, gets the pass and is fouled. So credit the steal and the pass to Lily Fussell. Allows Harper to go up for a shot, and she gets fouled, so she will shoot 2 at the line. A perfect time to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin at 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza is a proud supporter of high school sports. First free throw from Harper was no good. Here's the second. That one rattles out as well, and it's going to be Ramos who gets the rebound for the Mustangs. Ramos finding Bentz at half court. Bentz being hassled by Fussell. Finds Junker. Junker at the right elbow. Tries to pass it to Dice. She goes up for the shot. It's rejected by Anna Harper. Anna Harper, the sophomore, active in the score sheet tonight, and a big reason why her team is up 16 in the early going of this game. Inbound pass, supposed to go to Ramos, bounces off her hand, and another turnover tonight for Hidden Valley. Eddie Campos bringing it up the floor. Takes a screen set by Modine, going right, takes a step left, bouncing it inside to Harper, up with the shot off the glass, and it's good. Anna Harper eating it up inside, and her team up 23-5, 5:27 to go in the second. And now it's Junker with it on the other side, dribbling inside. Quick pass to LePan, but she travels. Morgan Tiffin to check in, along with Delaney Pierce. Checking out for Hidden Valley is Deanna Dice and Gia Bentz. Campos walking it up the floor for the Hornets. Passes it over to Maya Mock. Mock dribbling at the free throw line. A bit of miscommunication as that pass intended for Fussell drifts out of bounds. It'll be Mustangs basketball. Tiffin brings it up, trying to get it to Ramos, but Mock dictating the passing lane. Now Ramos trying to bounce it into Pierce. Pierce quickly with the shot, off the glass, no good, and she was fouled. So Pierce will get a chance at the line for a pair. Campos picks up her second foul, third team foul for the Hornets, as tonight's broadcast brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. As Ashlyn Cernowski into the game now for the Hornets, as the first free throw from Pierce was no good. Here's her second. That one won't catch the rim, so we'll have a stoppage in play as Hornets take over with 4:55 to go in the second period. 23-5, Henley leads. Senya Campos bringing it up the floor, dishing it over to Modine. She steps into a long three, off the glass, no good. Modine collects her own long rebound, takes a shot from 8. That one won't go either. Hornets collect the rebound again, loose ball underneath the basket, and everyone's tied up. Held ball, possession, Mustangs. It was a mad scramble for the basketball underneath the hoop. The Mustangs come away as Junker brings it up the floor. Junker passing it to Tiffin. Tiffin guarded by Fussell. Trying to loft it inside to LePan. Back outside to Tiffin for 3. Won't go. And the rebound is collected by Modine. Modine along the left wing to Senya Campos. Campos puts it on the deck, trying to get it inside to Cernowski. Cernowski bouncing it outside to Parker. Parker from the right elbow. That shot's no good. And the Mustangs get the rebound. Pierce bringing it up the floor, zips it ahead to Junker. Junker stops from 12, shoots and scores. Junker with her first couple of points tonight, 23-7. 3:47 to go in the second quarter. Here's Senya Campos. Campos spins around, bounces it out to Fussell. Fussell back to Campos. Dribbles left, trying to go to the rim, and it's swiped away by Tiffin. Tiffin, an open look at the bucket, and the layup is good. Tiffin, 4 points tonight, as Hidden Valley trying to make a little run of things here in the second quarter. It's 23-9. Shot from Parker on the near side, no good, and the Mustangs collect a glass. Ramos going to slow things down. Here at the top of the key, kicks it to LePan. LePan backs up behind the arc as well. Trying to get it to Ramos, but Modine intercepts the pass. Pardon me, that was Facel on the pass as she brings it to the rim. Open chance at a layup was no good, and a battle for the rebound. Possession goes to Hidden Valley as Annie Campos and Anna Harper get ready to check into the game. Quick inbound pass, and Annie Campos collects the bucket. Morgan Tiffin crossing the timeline for Hidden Valley. Now it's Ramos at the left elbow, maneuvering inside, gets a nice look at the bucket, but it's no good as Anna Harper collects the rebound. Harper bringing it to the rim herself, takes a body and can't get the shot to drop. It'll be Tiffin to bring it up for Hidden Valley. Tiffin driving along the right side, head fakes his shot, goes up with it. No good, and Campos cleans the glass. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with Hidden Valley. Score 25-9, 2:11 to go in the second. Stick with us during halftime because we'll break down the halftime stats as we have them so far. And also take a look ahead at the boys varsity contest coming up later on tonight as the inbound pass to Harper. She turns around quickly up with the shot and gets fouled. So Harper will head to the line for two. So far tonight, 0 for 2 in opportunities at the free throw line. In fact, the Hornets as a team tonight, 0 for 4. Here's Harper's first look at the penalty stripe. That one rattles home. Second shot from Harper. Finds the bottom of the bucket, so Harper with a perfect trip there. As Tiffin will bring it up the floor as we cross the 2-minute mark to go in the first half. Here's Junker. Junker trying to go left, goes right. Dribbling inside, kicks it out to Tiffin for a right corner three, and she splashes it. 27-12, 1:50 to go in the second. Annie Campos. Kicking it ahead to Modine, head fakes, dribbles inside, tries to get it to Anna Harper, and she gets tied up with LePan under the bucket. Possession goes to the Mustangs. It'll be Tiffin to bring it up the floor for Hidden Valley. Tiffin lofting it to Ramos. Ramos, shot from 8, rolls around the rim and falls. 27-14 now, and the Mustangs still trail. Here's Annie Campos, top of the key. Annie Campos steps back beyond the arc, trying to bounce it into Harper, but the pass stolen away by Tiffin. And a held ball. Possession goes to the Hornets, and Tiffin trying to jump the passing lane there. The Mustangs trying to get a little bit more aggressive on defense, finding themselves still down by 13 points. Facel with it now, takes one dribble and shoots. Rebound was collected by Harper, and she's fouled. And so Anna Harper will head to the line for 2 more. We'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home, and Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today. First free throw from Harper was good. She'll get a second opportunity here. That one hits the back of the rim, no good. Fussell gets the rebound, up with the shot, it's blocked. Tiffin gets the rebound. She races up the floor, pass to Junker, up with the shot, and it's good. Foul on the other side underneath the bucket. And I believe this is going to send Fussell to the free throw line. Score 28-16 with 54 seconds to go in the second. First free throw from Fussell is no good, but she will get a second. Gia Bentz into the game for Hidden Valley. And Annie Campos takes a seat for, I believe, Senia Campos, pardon me. And no, that was actually Meredith Brown who's checked into the game. Bentz zipping it over to LePan. LePan now to Tiffin. Tiffin to Bentz. Bentz now to Tiffin. Top of the key. 36 seconds to go in the quarter. Tiffin dribbles in. Shot off the glass. No good. LePan gets it. Pass out to Junker. Mid-range jumper. Won't go. And Fussell will let the rebound go out of bounds. Hornets get possession with 26 seconds to go in the second quarter. Henley up 28-16. Senia Campos up the floor now for Henley. Top of the key. Terminates the dribble, kicks it to Fussell. Drives baseline on the far side. Reverse layup is good. Lily Fussell with 4 points tonight. 8 seconds to go as Bentz crosses the timeline. Bentz bringing it along the left side. Shoots from the left elbow. Back iron no good. Rebound goes out of bounds with 0.1 seconds on the clock. And so just a tip in for Henley as they start at the other side of the floor. This one will bring us to halftime with a score of 30-16. The Henley Hornets pleased with this lead going into halftime. We'll break down the stats as well as take a look at the boys who are heading out onto the floor to get some pregame warm-ups in. Details on that in a bit as we continue your coverage of Lady Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com.
Full and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
It's halftime at Henley High School, and the Lady Hornets lead the Hidden Valley Mustangs 30-16. After 16 minutes of play, the leading scorer tonight for Henley is Anna Harper. She's got 17 points tonight. She has not wasted a single opportunity this evening. She has led the way for her team along with 9 points tonight from Annie Campos, and Lily Fussell has 4. That's how we get to our 30 points tonight for the Henley Hornets. Meantime, for Hidden Valley, 7 points tonight from Morgan Tiffin, 4 points from Ashley Yunker, and Gia Bentz has got 3 points of her own tonight. The Mustangs trailing the Hornets by 14 at halftime tonight. And for the Mustangs, it's going to be about not turning the ball over in that second half. A lot of turnovers leading to easy buckets for the Hornets. And also the Hornets' design plays coming out of inbounds been very good as well. They got Anna Harper a lot of her looks. In fact, she scored 3 buckets in a row off inbound passes right underneath the bucket. So the Mustangs looking to find a way to counter that coming up in this second half. 30-16 the score. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Skyline Conference, some of the other games happening tonight, as well as take a look at what the boys have got going on this evening as the Mustangs and the Hornets on the floor warming up. And we'll, of course, have coverage of the varsity boys game tonight right here on mybasin.com. Details on that coming up in a bit as we continue your coverage tonight on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place and then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
We're back at Henley High School, where the halftime score of the girls varsity contest is 30-16, and the Hornets lead the Mustangs after 16 minutes. As we take a look now at the Skyline Conference, this is the first Skyline Conference game of the season. As the one other game happening tonight, Phoenix hosting Mazama. Should be a great game there as the Phoenix Pirates lead the conference early. Just after the non-league schedule, the Pirates led the way at 8-6 overall. Henley was a close second at 8-7 overall. Hidden Valley in third place after the non-conference schedule at 5-9. Then Klamath Union and Mazama tied for that 4-5 spot, each with 4 wins. The Pelicans at 4-4, and the Vikings at 4-8. Should be a great season of Skyline Conference basketball this year. Of course, North Valley missing after the reclassification that the OSAA did in the summer. And so North Valley now playing in the 3A Far West League with schools you might know as Cascade Christian, South Umpqua. I believe Rogue River is in that classification as well. St. Mary's of Medford. Schools like that is now where North Valley is going to be playing. So leaving the Skyline Conference for greener pastures for the Knights, and we're excited to be playing basketball here in the Hornets' Nest as we've still got more games to be played tonight. Later on, the boys varsity game will take place right here on mybasin.com. If you plan on sticking around and watching, you don't have to go anywhere. You can stay on the same link that you're at right now. But if you do plan on making the trip around, you might be able to catch us on the radio tonight, 104.3 FM, 960 AM for the boys varsity contest. Really excited to have that going for us as well. And again, you can always watch Hornets basketball on mybasin.com. Every league game this season is free for you to watch. All you got to do is visit us online at mybasin.com. It's your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to special events and, of course, sports. Visit us this year on mybasin.com. Second half action coming up as we're going to take one more break on the halftime show. When we come back, we'll be ready for the third quarter on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
The Henley Hornets leading the Hidden Valley Mustangs at halftime tonight as we get ready for the third quarter of action on mybasin.com. 5 on the floor for Henley as we get ready for the second half of action. It's Lily Fassell along with Maya Mock, Annie Campos, Anna Harper, and Holly Parker. For the Mustangs, it's Morgan Tiffin along with Asia Lepan and Hannah Ramos. Gia Bentz out there with Delaney Pierce as Henley getting the turnover quickly. Campos with a quick shot. That one rolls out. Campos gets fouled on the putback attempt, and so she will go to the line for two. Annie had 9 points after that first half. With this break in the action, a reminder that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness have the most understanding trainers you could ask for, and they help you get motivated, and their workouts will make you feel accomplished all day long. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness want you to lose those reins and get your gains. First free throw from Campos finds the bottom of the bucket. Second one is coming up after just a second. I believe there's a conversation with the officials trying to get someone to tuck in their jersey, and we're ready for the second free throw. Here's Campos. It's good, 32-16, 7:52 to go in the third, and timeout called by Coach Clem of Hidden Valley. Will take time as well, 7:52 to go in the third, and the Mustangs trail 32-16 on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Bentz with it now as we get right back into the action. Now it's Pierce, a shot high off the glass, no good. Henley gets the rebound as we rejoin the action in a 32-16 ball game. Here's Holly Parker. Parker dishing it to Fussell. Now Mock, head fakes a three, kicks it back outside to Campos. Campos, top of the key. Steps into a three and swishes it. Campos playing some games on the perimeter and fires in a triple. Hidden Valley racing up the floor. Pass intended for Pierce goes out of bounds. And the Hornets with possession, now leading by 19. Here's Campos driving the right side, kicks it to Harper. Shot from the right elbow is good for Harper. She's got 19 points tonight as her team leads 37-16. And a 5-second violation gets the Hornets the basketball right back. Inbound pass for Parker. Catch and shoot mid-range jumper, no good. Harper gets the rebound. That won't go. Loose ball collected by Ramos. Ramos racing up the floor. Open layup. That's good. Ramos getting her first 2 points of the night as Campos brings it up the floor for the Hornets. Passing it to Harper. Pardon me, that's Mock. Passing it outside. Now Parker at the left elbow, out to Fussell. Fussell jumps into a three. It's good. Fussell with 7 points tonight, 40-18 the score, and that's going to be a foul against Mock. Contact on the near side of the floor will be Henley's first team foul of the second half. Kennedy Modine in for Maya Mock. That was her second personal foul. As Bentz to inbound. Bentz getting it to LePan. And LePan goes over and back.
Timeout, Henley. 60-second timeout.
Timeout for the Hornets, 40-18 the score in the third quarter. We're going to take time as well. You've got Hornets back on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Back court side for Hornets basketball as they lead Hidden Valley 40-18 with 6:11 to go in the third quarter of the opening game of the Skyline Conference season. It'll be Hornets basketball when we resume as they inbound to Campos. Campos, unguarded at the perimeter, passes up a three to dish it to Modine. Modine now driving right side. Ball out of bounds, picked away by Ramos, but it is last touched by Ramos, so Henley keeps possession. Senya Campos in for Holly Parker. Inbound pass to Harper, up with the shot, through the contact, my goodness. Anna Harper, have yourself a game, young lady. She's got 21 points as her team leads 42-18, 5:50 to go in the third. Loose ball picked up by Annie Campos. Campos over to Harper, shot from 9 off the glass, no good. And the rebound is going to be collected by the Hornets, a foul, and I believe that was Modine. No, that was Fussell who got fouled. And this will be Fussell's third and fourth trip to the line. As her team leads in a big way. Here's the first free throw. That one's good. Danielle Rice into the game for Hidden Valley, the first time we've seen the senior tonight. Second free throw is good. And the score now 44-18 as Ashlyn Strowski checks in for Lily Fussell. Inbound pass is collected by Rice. Rice trying to get it ahead to LePan, but Annie Campos comes up with the basketball. Campos dribbling through the double team, threads the needle, tries to get a pass off, but it's knocked away by Bentz. Good defense by Hidden Valley as Bentz races up the floor, stops from the left elbow. Shot no good, and Cernowski gets the rebound, and she travels. Okay, and it'll be Hidden Valley basketball. Tiffin tries to inbound it, but Campos immediately swipes it. Campos dribbling along the far side of the floor into the corner, now driving the baseline. Bullet pass to Harper. That shot won't go, and the rebound is collected by Ramos. Ramos hassled up the floor by Modine, passing it to Tiffin near side. Tiffin dribbles into a three and splashes it. Morgan Tiffin catching some heat from beyond the three-point arc. She's got 10 points tonight in her second made triple. Here's Modine with it. Shot from 14. That one finds the bottom of the net. Modine with her first couple of points tonight. 46-21 the score, 4:36 to go in the third. Inbound pass lofted ahead to Ramos. Ramos trying to take it herself. Shot up, no good. Campos gets the rebound. Campos lofts it ahead to Senya Campos and out of bounds. So possession will go to the Mustangs as Holly Parker checks in for Annie Campos. Gia Bentz near side to LePan. LePan ahead to Ramos for the bucket. Ramos with 4 points tonight now as the score 46-23, 4:08 to go in the third. Senya Campos, nice pass inside to Modine, but stripped away by Rice. And this is going to be a foul against Modine. Substitution for the Hornets. It looks like Fussell and Mock check in for Harper and Cernowski. And Bentz to inbound for the Mustangs, lofting it ahead to Tiffin. Tiffin driving to the bucket before the shot. She's fouled. And so charge the foul to Senya Campos, her first and Henley's third team foul. Hidden Valley's got two. Been a really clean game played by both squads so far. Not a lot of fouling in terms of that. A lot of turnovers, though, for the Mustangs, yes, but the Hornets have had their fair share as well. Another turnover. It's Hornets basketball. Here's Parker. Parker terminates the dribble, finds Modine. Now back to Parker. She takes a shot from 10, and Holly Parker on the board for her first points of the night. 48-23, 3.5 to go in the third. Pass ahead to LePan, and Modine collects as they've been throwing up those kind of 50-50 deep inbound passes, and Henley keeps coming away with it. This one a shot from 18 from Parker, no good. Ball saved from going out of bounds. No, Fussell thought she had it. I did too, to be fair, but it'll be Mustangs basketball. Sub coming in, it looks like it's going to be Anna Harper in for Modine. As Jasmine Kelly into the game for the Mustangs, inbounds it to Gia Bentz. Bentz steps to her right, fires a three, back iron no good. Rebound is collected by Fussell. Fussell now to Parker near side. Parker head fakes, kicks it to Senya Campos, who fires a long three off the left iron, no good. And Senya Campos and Tiffin get into a scuffle for the basketball. Campos ends up on the deck, and possession is going to go to the Hornets, as it looks like LePan has checked out of the game for Ramos, who's in now. Inbound pass is going to go to Campos. Reverse layup for Annie Campos. And she is building this lead. Now 50-23 for the Lady Hornets. Here's Ramos. Ramos kicks it to Tiffin. Tiffin moving left, top of the key, trying to drive inside, gets tied up, kicks it out to Bentz, and the ball goes out of bounds. Another turnover for the Mustangs. And Campos will bring it up the floor for Henley. Campos spins around, kicks it outside to Parker. Parker trying to get it to Fussell, but has the pass picked away by Kelly. Now Kelly has it as the Mustangs take control. Pass it to Bentz. Bentz maneuvering right, top of the key, gets it to Kelly. Kelly driving inside, shot from the left elbow. That's no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Hornets basketball. Here's Campos zipping it ahead to Parker into the front court, up with the shot, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for two. Charge the foul to Gia Bentz. That'll be Hidden Valley's third team foul and Bentz's second foul. So Holly Parker to the line, getting her first and second opportunities of the evening. We'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Second free throw is no good. And there is a foul down low. It's going to be against Anna Harper. That's her first, fourth Henley team foul. And Deanna Dice checks in for the Mustangs as Hidden Valley. They take it up the floor. Yonkers also checked in for the Mustangs. Here's Morgan Tiffin. And that'll be a foul against the Hornets. Maya Mock. Mock picks up her third foul, is going to check out for Senya Campos. Tiffin inbounds to Kelly. Kelly trying to get it to Yunker, but the pass picked off by Campos. Campos driving to the rim, up with the shot. No good. The rebound is trying to be saved by Fussell, but she kicks it out of bounds instead, so it'll be Mustangs basketball. Minute 32 to go in the third. Here's Ramos with it on the far side for Hidden Valley. Spins to her right, bounces it outside to Yunker. Yunker to Kelly, but it's knocked away by Fussell. Fussell trying to go to the rim. Stops, passes it back outside to Modine. She goes up with the shot, no good. Harper lets it bounce out of bounds, hoping to get a favorable call, but possession will go to Hidden Valley. Sternowski to check into the game for Fussell, as the Hornets actively getting substitutions in and out of the game. As Tiffin brings it up the floor for Hidden Valley. Tiffin moving right with it. Now to Kelly. Kelly passing it to Ramos. Ramos over to Yunker. Yunker trying to find Kelly. And the ball goes out of bounds. Senya Campos to bring it up the floor for Henley. Pass to Modine. Modine dribbles behind the back, now moving left with it, terminates the dribble. Bouncing it inside to Harper, up with the shot. Good defense by Kelly. Harper gets her own rebound and is fouled on the putback. And so Harper will head to the line for two. So far, Harper 3 for 6 from the line, make it 3 for 7 after that missed attempt. But she does have 21 points tonight. Here's the second free throw. That one rolls out. Rebound is going to be collected by Kelly for the Mustangs. Hornets hassling Kelly as she gets it to Dice. Dice bringing it to the rim. Shoots, won't go. Yunker gets the rebound. Bounce pass outside to Tiffin. Tiffin driving in. Shot from the free throw. Off the glass, no good. Loose ball collected by Modine. Modine up the floor for Henley. Loses a dribble, but remains composed as now it's Senya Campos. Trying to move right with it. Bouncing it inside to Cernowski, but it's knocked away by Dice. Dice tossing it ahead to Kelly, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 51-23 the score after 3 quarters tonight. And the Hornets looking to close out their first league win in this fourth quarter as we continue your coverage tonight of Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
We appreciate you sticking with us through some technical difficulties tonight as the final score here at Hidden Valley High School, 59-29. We're going to take a brief pause. We're going to recap this game as we've got it so far, and then we'll get ready for the boys contest next on mybasin.com. Leave it here.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Final score tonight from Henley High School. The Hornets grabbed their first league win of the season to the tune of 59-29. Leading scorer tonight for Henley, 23 points for the sophomore Anna Harper, 19 for Annie Campos tonight, 9 for Lily Fassell, and 2 for Holly Parker. The leading scorers tonight for the Mustangs, 10 points for Morgan Tiffin tonight, 4 for each of Ashley Junker and Hannah Romas, and 3 for Gia Bentz tonight. A couple of points as well for Deanna Dice as the Hornets improve to 1-0 in conference play. We're going to take a brief pause on the live stream tonight. I know you've just been greeted with some dead air as we tried to keep the video up for you. But we're going to have a little bit more for you as we prepare for the boys contest tonight. Tip off at 7:30, so go make your dinner and be prepared to join us again in just a few minutes along with the audience listening on 104.3 and 960 Sports. This is Josh Eldridge saying see you soon from Henley High School. And a very pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Henley Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com. Also on air on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Tonight, the Skyline Conference schedule begins as the Henley Hornets get set to host the Hidden Valley Mustangs. Appreciate you being with us on this fine Friday night in the Klamath Basin. My name is Josh Eldridge. Along with me is Kevin Petrick. Getting ready to start the league schedule season, Kevin, and it was a long month of December for each of these teams, but now's where it gets into the good stuff. You know these teams, you know what their tendencies are, and it's time for some fun basketball tonight.
Absolutely, both teams. This is where you kind of hit the reset button. You have that preseason, try to get accomplished what you want to get accomplished, and then it's 0-0. First league game's always exciting.
Always a lot of fun. The Hornets get to open the season at home in front of the Hornets' nest and in front of what they call Cowbell City on that right goal that you'll see coming up here tonight. Always a great night here at Henley High School. As we're just a few minutes away from tip-off, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Skyline Conference this year, the season each of these two teams have had, as well as starting lineups and tip-off. All that's coming up next as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball tonight on 104.3 and 960s with HD video on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
We're back at Henley High School for the opening tip of the Skyline Conference regular season as the Henley Hornets get set to host the Hidden Valley Mustangs. And as we take a look at the season that each of these two teams have had so far, we can look most recently to a pair of shared opponents at the Skyline Sky M crossover tournament, a tournament that the Mustangs went 0-2 at, and Henley grabbed a win, defeating Marist 49-48. It was a close game. Meantime, Hidden Valley lost their game against Marist by 1 point, 45-44. And you look at each team playing Junction City. Hidden Valley lost 60-32. Henley lost to Junction City 54-45. So both of these teams playing similar squads closely. Henley, of course, grabbing one win, but by similar scorelines, these two teams on paper look to match up fairly well. The Hornets 500, 6-6, and Hidden Valley 6-8 coming into play tonight overall.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Josh. On paper, these teams are very, very close in talent, right? Especially right now at this time of the season. Henley's a little bit dinged up, missing some players, so we should have a tight game tonight.
So we take a look at the Skyline Conference, notably missing North Valley this year as the North Valley Knights dropped out of the Skyline Conference into the 3A Far West League, so we won't see North Valley this year. It leaves the conference standings to look like this after non-league play. The 7-7 Phoenix Pirates lead the way, followed by the 6-6 Henley Hornets, followed up by these Hidden Valley Mustangs. Mazama and Klamath Union round out the list. And one other game happening tonight in the Skyline Conference will be Mazama visiting Phoenix tonight. We'll try to keep you updated on that score as it goes along. As far as the girls' game, earlier tonight, Henley beat Hidden Valley. The girls' game, Mazama won their girls' game earlier today. So we are now in the thick of it in terms of the Skyline Conference schedule. Should be a great season, and a lot of it begins right here tonight inside the Hornets' nest. We're going to take one more break on the pregame show. When we come back, we should be just about ready for starting lineups and tip-off tonight on 104.3 and 960 Sports HD video on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place song. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So throw it here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
We're back at Henley High School for the opening tip-off of Skyline Conference play tonight between the Henley Hornets and the Hidden Valley Mustangs. One of the narratives through the preseason for the Hornets was Marcus McCready going down with a non-contact knee injury early in the season. Henley had to battle through much of the month of December without their big man. They'll be without him again tonight to open up league play as Marcus McCready went through this week in practice, but will not be playing tonight for the Henley Hornets. And that create some opportunities, Kevin, as you and I were talking about a little bit before the game tonight, is although Henley doesn't have the size of maybe some of the other teams in the conference or in the state, man, they play physically tough down low with guys like Blaine Boersma and Shaw Stork just playing physical basketball in the paint that makes up for the lack of height in some ways when you lose Marcus.
Definitely. Coach Hammond has them playing aggressive basketball. Teams don't like playing Henley. They really run. They really put pressure on your offense, and then they get down the floor. So that's Henley's plan for success.
Just a couple of seconds away from learning tonight's starting 5. We'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. They've got 3 locations in the Basin, one on South 6th and one on Washburn Way. Also one in Merrill. Les Schwab Tires, they've been doing the right thing since 1952.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Henley High School welcomes you to the Hornets' Nest for tonight's Skyline Conference basketball game between the Hidden Valley Mustangs and the Henley Hornets.
The Henley Hornets tonight in their home white uniforms. Tonight the Mustangs in their visiting orange uniforms, some new jerseys for Hidden Valley this year. As we hear Mr. Bob Shambrose with the OSAA pledge, and it's time to hear the starting lineup. Starting, of course, with the visiting Hidden Valley Mustangs. Starting at guard, a sophomore, number 2, Austin Klinger. A senior guard, number 4, Nathan Greenberg. A sophomore forward, number 5, Joshua Iwamizu. A junior forward, number 23, Daniel Iwamizu. And the center, the big man down low, senior Aiden Kanat. They are coached by Mr. Jordan Kassler, Jeff Kassler, Connor Kassler, and John Noga. And now for the hometown Henley Hornets. Starting at guard for the Hornets, junior number 4, Aiden Hayes. Senior number 12, Blaine Boersma is out there with senior number 14, Shaw Stork. Number 24, junior Luke Bennett pairs up with number 40, Owen Harper. The starting 5 for the Henley Hornets, coached by Mr. Luke Hammond and assisted by Thomas Loney. The Hornets tonight will be going from left to right, it looks like. And the Mustangs from right to left as Owen Harper meets in the middle with Joshua Iwamizu for tonight's opening tip. And here we go. The Skyline Conference season has officially begun as the Mustangs control the opening tip. With it there was Greenberg. Greenberg kicks it over to Iwamizu. Now back to Greenberg, top of the key. Greenberg puts it on the deck. Tries to find an open player. Gets it into Daniel Iwamizu. Shoots from the left elbow. That won't go. Rebound is controlled by the Mustangs, but a foul called underneath. Possession goes to the Hornets.
Good opening possession for Henley there. You'll see Henley come out in a man-to-man, and they'll pretty much stay with that the whole game and the whole season for the most part. They like playing that aggressive man-to-man defense.
Blaine Boersma to bring it up the floor for Henley as he passes it to Bennett along the near side. Zips it over to Stork. Now to Hayes. Getting over to Boersma in that far corner. Bennett left wing. Kicks it to Hayes, top of the key. Now to Harper. Extended on the perimeter. Takes a dribble inside. Dishes it to Boersma. But good defense down low by Greenberg as the Mustangs rolling up the floor. Greenberg guarded by Hayes. Bouncing it ahead to Iwamizu on the left wing. Iwamizu trying to get it into Kanat, but it's swiped away by Boersma. Boersma turning on the Jets up the floor with the left hand, and it's good. Boersma fires the opening salvo of the game, and the Hornets lead 2-0. 6:56 to go in the first, and Greenberg walks up the floor. Greenberg guarded by Hayes again, playing tough defense. Iwamizu kicks it to Iwamizu, near corner 3. He splashes it. The Mustangs fire right back. They lead 3-2. Now it's Hayes dribbling the baseline, reverse layup, high off the glass, won't go. And Iwamizu cleans the glass. He'll kick it to Greenberg, who crosses the timeline for the Mustangs. 6:28 to go in the first, and Hidden Valley leads 3-2. Greenberg hassled by Hayes. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Iwamizu. Quick pass into Klinger, and that'll be a 2-point bucket for the Mustangs. Boersma kicking it ahead to Hayes. Hayes to Bennett. Thought about a 3, back to Hayes. Now it's to Stork. Bennett steps back, head fakes a 3, now to Stork, top of the key. Stork trying to drive right, pass interior to Boersma, high off the glass, won't go, but he is fouled by Greenberg, and Boersma will head to the line for a pair.
We've seen similar things on both sides of the court there. Sometimes an aggressive defense will leave you open to the backdoor cut, and that happened on both sides there. And Boersma will go to the line for a pair.
Boersma's first free throw hit the back of the rim, no good. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin. Abby's Pizza is a proud supporter of high school sports. The second free throw from Boersma was no good, so the Mustangs operating with it now as Klingler bounces it to Iwamizu. Iwamizu now to Greenberg on the right wing. Greenberg bouncing it to Klingler. Klingler now to Iwamizu. Greenberg now as the Mustangs content to pass along the perimeter. As Klingler has it now, guarded by Bennett. Right at the half-court H inside the Hornets' nest. The Mustangs continue to back further away from the bucket as Greenberg has it now. 5:20 to go in the first. Hidden Valley leads 5-2. Iwamizu kicks it back outside to Greenberg, who drives in, spins around, goes up with the shot, but travels before he can get the shot off. And that'll be a turnover. The Hornets take possession as Harper inbounds it to Boersma. Boersma up the floor, up against Greenberg, kicks it to Harper. Harper zipping it back into Boersma, diving to the rim. Can't get the shot to go, and Iwamizu gets the rebound. 5-2 Mustangs, 4:43 to go in the first. Here's Iwamizu with it now. Far along the perimeter, now to Greenberg. Greenberg to Klingler. Guarded by Bennett, far beyond the arc. Now to Iwamizu. Gets it to Greenberg. And Hidden Valley, again with this perimeter passing game, trying to extend the Henley defense. It's Greenberg with it now, guarded by Hayes to Klingler. And Iwamizu putting it on the deck now, kicking it to Daniel Iwamizu, trying to get it to Klingler in the near side. And now it's Daniel Iwamizu trying to direct a little bit of traffic as he dishes it to Klingler. A pass knocked away by Boersma. And Henley breaks up the rhythm as Bennett now ahead to Stork, driving the left lane and is fouled on the shot. So Shaw will go to the line.
Two distinct styles here, Josh.
Certainly.
You can't get any more different. Hidden Valley taking just minutes off the clock, taking their time, and Henley quickly going to the hoop.
And one of the great things about the Skyline Sky-Am crossover tournament, I'm sure you saw at the girls tournament, is not only to get a chance to play some of the best teams in the state, but you get a chance to look at some of the teams in your own conference.
Certainly.
And this is a lot of what Hidden Valley was doing against Marist, against Junction City as well. So Henley had a little bit of time to look at it as well. This is no shock to either of these teams.
Right. Both coaches get a chance to look at the other teams in the conference, and we're getting a little bit of what we expected here as far as pace goes.
Stork's first free throw was good. Here's the second. And that one's good as well. The score now 5-4. And Hidden Valley leads as Greenberg walks up the floor. Checking into the game for Hidden Valley was Aiden Fisk. As Kanat has it now, back to Greenberg. Dishes it to Daniel Iwamizu. Iwamizu, catch and shoot three is good. Daniel Iwamizu, a pair of triples in this game, gets him 6 points for the night so far as Boersma brings it up now for the Hornets. Now to Bennett, to Stork on the left side. Stork fakes left, goes right, kicks it to Hayes. Hayes, far pass over to TJ Chavez, who's checked into the game for the Hornets. As Boersma backs up, kicks it to Hayes, now to Bennett near side. Bennett kicks it to Stork, guarded by Fisk. Stork along the right elbow, dishes it back out to Bennett. Bennett spins to his left, free throw line, jumper's good. Timeouts called by Coach Hammond. We'll take 1-2. The score 8-6. The Mustangs lead with 3:01 to go in the first. You've got Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the Hidden Valley Mustangs lead the Henley Hornets 8-6. 5 on the floor for Henley. TJ Chavez, Luke Bennett, Shaw Stork, Aiden Hayes, and Blaine Boersma as the Mustangs start with possession. Here's Greenberg. Greenberg bouncing it over to a new player into the game for Hidden Valley. It's Aiden Grice. Now to Iwamizu, kicking it to Greenberg. Trying to drive the lane out to Kanat. Now to Fisk, top of the key. Getting it over to Grice. With it now is Daniel Iwamizu. Iwamizu lofting it to Fisk. Now to Greenberg near side, guarded by Hayes. Bouncing it over to Kanat. Now to Fisk. Fisk dishes it top of the key to Grice. Now to Kanat. 2:23 to go in the first now as a quick three from Iwamizu. Hits the front of the rim. Won't go. Kanat scrambles for the rebound, but Shaw Stork strips it away, and the Hornets racing up the floor. Pass ahead to Boersma, up with the layup, and it's good. Tied at 8 with 2:08 to go in the first for Boersma tonight. That's 4 points for him.
With a nice outlet by Shaw Stork right there. Good pass.
Here's Fisk with it, kicks it back to Greenberg. Bouncing it over to Iwamizu. Iwamizu guarded by Boersma, dishes it back to Greenberg, zipping it over to Grice in the far side. Now Greenberg trying to drive right. Kicks it to Grice. Corner three, back iron no good, and Connaught gets the rebound. And a foul called down low. I believe this one's going to go against Connaught. That is Hidden Valley's 4th team foul.
Boersma had nice position down there and drew that foul.
And that's what we were talking about a little bit in the pregame. His ability to get that inside positioning has really been good for the Hornets, who've lacked a true big man this season. Tied at 8 as Boersma brings it up the floor. 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Boersma kicking it to Janney, who's checked into the game for the Hornets. Now to Chavez, top of the key. Chavez trying to drive inside, hands it to Stork. Stork dribbling inside at the right elbow, kicks it to Janney. Now to Chavez in the far corner for a three, no good. Fisk gets the rebound. Greenberg now bringing it up for the Mustangs. Dribbles right, spins to his left, head fakes, kicks it outside. And now it's going to be Klingler with it, dishing it to Greenberg. Greenberg at the half-court H, now to Klingler near side. Klingler, head fakes, dishes it over to Grice. Grice now to Greenberg, trying to get it inside to Klingler. Klingler driving the baseline, kicks it out to Connaught, now to Greenberg. 50 seconds to go in the first, tied at 8. It's Greenberg. Backs up near the half-court line. Got to watch his step as now he tries to drive in against Hayes. Takes a Fisk screen, now dribbles left, backs back up. Now trying to go right with it, driving inside, gets around Janney. Floater from the free throw line is good. That was a good move there by Greenberg to give Hidden Valley a 10-8 lead with 28 seconds to go in the first. Now to Chavez. Chavez kicking it to Hayes on the far side. Hayes fakes going left, now drives in the middle, up off the glass through the contact. Aiden Hayes answers back with a 2-point bucket. Now 14 seconds to go as the Mustangs content to slow things down as they have been all night. 6 seconds now. Greenberg spins around, layup around the rim, and it falls. Greenberg with a couple of points to close out the first quarter as the Mustangs lead 12-10. Second quarter action next as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball tonight on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game.
Getting ready for the second quarter of action tonight from Henley High School. It's the 5 on the floor for the Hornets is Chris Janney, Shaw Stork, Blaine Boersma, Owen Sheen, and TJ Chavez. As Sheen gets a look in the near corner, kicks it to Boersma, but Klingler knocks it away. Klingler 2-on-1 against the Hornets, trying to get it to Greenberg, but it's picked away by Henley. Boersma with it now, taking it to the rim and has his shot rejected. Now Daniel Iwamizu into the front court. He goes up with a shot, and it's good. Mustangs now lead 14-10, 7:34 to go in the second, as Boersma will walk it up for the Hornets. Iwamizu's got 8 points tonight after that made bucket. Here's Sheen bouncing it over to Janney. Janney over to Chavez. Chavez getting it inside to Stork. Has a look at the bucket, but it is rejected again by Grice. That's his second block and as many trips up the floor for Henley, as he is denying the rim to the Hornets.
That was a good entry pass. Henley couldn't quite convert.
Pass inside to Sheen, high off the glass, another block, that time from Klingler. As now Greenberg racing up the floor for the Mustangs. Loose ball collected by Boersma. 2-on-1 against the Mustangs. Boersma up with the shot, and it's good.
Nice finish at the rim for Boersma right there.
Battling through contact through two bodies and gets the bucket. Boersma tonight with 6 points. Here's Greenberg. Gets it to Klingler on the right elbow. Back out to Greenberg. Greenberg bouncing it over to Grice. Now to Daniel Iwamizu. Kicks it to Greenberg, guarded by Boersma on the near side wing. Knott, top of the key. Gets it to Iwamizu. Interior pass to Greenberg, who can't save it from going out of bounds. It'll be Hornets basketball with 6:31 to go in the second as they trail by 2, 14-12, Hidden Valley.
That was a good defensive possession for the Hornets. Hornets have yet to foul in this game. No fouls through a quarter plus.
Here's Sheen bouncing it out to Stork. Stork now to Chavez. Getting it inside to Boersma. And Boersma can't corral the pass. Goes out of bounds. Possession Mustangs as Aiden Fisk checks in for Aiden Knott for the Mustangs. Janney out for Luke Bennett.
These teams will use their bench, Josh. They go through their whole roster.
Greenberg with it. Kicks it to Fisk. Now back to Greenberg. Now to Iwamizu. Iwamizu kicking it to Klingler. Klingler finds Greenberg along the far side. As Bennett trying to get in the way of the pass. Sheen with the same, but Fisk kicks it over to Grice. Grice bouncing it to Iwamizu. High along the left wing. Kicks it to Greenberg. And the Mustangs. Greenberg trying to get around Boersma, but Boersma picks it loose, knocks it out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Mustangs. As Hayes and Harper check in for Stork and Chavez.
Hidden Valley continues to just shorten the game with long possessions.
Greenberg with it now. Bouncing it over to Grice. Grice now to Greenberg. Fadeaway shot from 10. That's no good. Aiden Hayes cleans the glass to the Hornets. Push the pace. Hayes makes a strong move to the rim, and Grice denies him again. Third block of the game for the junior wing of Hidden Valley. And the Mustangs walking up the floor as Greenberg picked up by Hayes at half court. Now it's Fisk. Fisk to Greenberg. Interior pass to Grice, who gets hacked on the shot. Charge the foul to Luke Bennett, and that will send Grice to the line for a pair.
That's Henley's first foul of the night. 14 fouls for Hidden Valley so far.
This break in the action will remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Grice's first free throw was good. Here's the second. That one's also good. So Hidden Valley up 16-12 with under 5 minutes to go in the second. Here's Aiden Hayes finding Boersma, top of the key. Boersma zipping it to Sheen. Sheen driving inside, interior pass to Harper, back outside to Sheen. Corner three's good. Sheen with the triple brings the Hornets back within one, 16-15, 4:36 to go in the second. And a travel as Fisk was hounded by Sheen, and the Hornets causing a turnover.
That was good pressure by Owen that time, causing the turnover. Henley with a chance to take the lead. 4.5 minutes left to play here in the half.
Boersma walks it up the floor, guarded by Fisk. Kicks it to Sheen. Sheen takes the Hayes three, kicks it to Bennett. Bennett head fakes, driving inside. Right-handed layup won't go, but he's right there for the putback. And the Hornets take the lead after that bucket from Bennett. He's got 4 points tonight. And the Hornets lead 17-16 with 4:11 to go in the second. Here's Greenberg bouncing it over to Knott. Knott bothered by Harper. Now it's Greenberg on the near side. Greenberg kicks it over to Iwamizu. Catch and shoot three is no good. Rebound snagged by Sheen. He kicks it to Hayes as Hayes crosses the timeline for the Hornets. Pass to Bennett, near side corner three, won't go. Sheen skies for the rebound, kicks it outside to Bennett, catches, shoots three, and gets it. Hornets lead 20-16, 3:40 to go in the second. Here's Iwamizu with it now for the Mustangs. Finding, I believe that was Grice, top of the key, but a whistle. And a foul going to go against Owen Sheen. That's his first personal and Henley's second team foul.
Henley forcing turnovers and starting to hit the three ball. Give him a quick lead here.
Grice gets the quick pass and gets the bucket. His team now trailing just by 2, 20-18. Hayes battling hard to the rim, gets the bucket and the foul.
Henley really taking the ball to the rack right now, and they're doing a good job of finishing, going up strong, drawing the foul. Chance for a three-point play.
Hornets 2 for 4 from the free throw line tonight, and there's one for Hayes as his team building a 5-point advantage now, 23-18 with 3:20 to go in front of Hidden Valley as we open Skyline Conference play. Here's Daniel Iwamizu on the near side, kicking it to Connaught. Now it's Grice on the far side. Grice getting it over to Greenberg. Greenberg puts it on the deck, being hassled by Hayes as he backs up beyond the perimeter. Greenberg getting around Hayes, driving in underneath and travels on his way to the rim. Looked like he might have tripped on his shoelaces as he hit the deck, and the Hornets take possession.
Henley forced a few turnovers in a row here, and they're stringing some points together, earning a 5-point lead.
Storks checked into the game for Harper, as it's Bennett with it now on the far side, kicking it to Hayes. Hayes trying to drive the right side, kicks it to Boersma, and a charge. It's going to go against Aiden Hayes, as that was Aiden Fisk who stood in there and took the harm.
Good piece of defense there by Fisk.
It'll be Greenberg to take it up the floor. Pass to Iwamizu, quick catch and shoot three as he laces that one. 23-21 after another three-pointer from Iwamizu. It's Sheen with it now, trying to get it inside to Stork, knocked out of bounds by Connaught. Hornets retain possession.
I think all of his three-pointers have been from the same spot.
Yeah, just this left side.
He likes that spot.
Boersma inbounds it to Sheen, now to Stork. Gets it back to Bennett. Bennett, far corner three, back iron no good. Boersma skies for the glass, interior pass to Stork, and he can't convert. Mustangs now pushing the pace a little bit on the other side as Greenberg decidedly slows things down. Iwamizu kicking it over to Klingler. Loses a handle on it for a second before regaining possession. Pass finds Iwamizu on the far side, lofting it up to Fisk. Now to Greenberg. Greenberg trying to drive the left baseline, fades away. Shot off the front of the rim is no good, and Hayes is going to foul Greenberg on the jump shot.
Greenberg's done that a few times. He likes to get that pivot foot set, and he'll move around, pivot 3 or 4 times before taking the shot. And he drew the foul there.
Tonight's broadcast on MyBasin.com brought to you by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness have the most understanding personal trainers that you could ask for. They help you get motivated, and their workouts make you feel accomplished all day long. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness want you to lose those reins and get your gains. The first free throw was no good. Second one coming up from Greenberg. That one finds the bottom of the rim. And now just a 1-point game, 23-22. A minute 58 to go in this first half. Sheen with a nice move to the bucket. And 2 points for Owen. As now it's 25-22, Henley leads. A minute 46 to go in the second. Here's Greenberg kicking it to Klingler. Klingler puts it on the deck. Now to Connaught, over to Greenberg, far side. Greenberg guarded by Boersma. Finds Grice, now to Connaught. Connaught to Iwamizu. Iwamizu spins around, finds Grice for three. Front iron no good. Sheen skies for the board. Pass into the front court to Bennett. Bennett tries to Euro step to the rim and can't get the bucket. Harper there for the rebound. The putback won't go. Loose ball collected by Harper again. Puts it on the deck, off the glass and in. Hard work on the glass gets the Hornets 2 points as Harper gets into the score sheet, and Coach Kessler calls time. We'll take one, too. 27-22, a minute 8 to go in the second. You've got Hornets basketball on mybasin.com and 104 and 960 Sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
27-22 the score with a minute 8 to go in the second quarter as the Hornets lead the Mustangs. 5 on the floor for Henley as we come out of the break. It'll be Owen Harper, Luke Bennett, Shaw Stork, Owen Sheen, and Blaine Boersma. For the Mustangs, it's Joshua Iwamizu, along with Greenberg, Klingler, Daniel Iwamizu, and Grice. As the Mustangs start with possession. Now under a minute to go in this first half, bouncing it over to Iwamizu. Iwamizu trying to get it inside to Grice, but the pass knocked away, collected by Boersma. Boersma bouncing it ahead to Sheen. Open layup with that left hand, and Sheen with 2 points, 29-22, 40 seconds to go in the half. Here's Iwamizu trying to drive baseline, kicks it outside to Iwamizu, now to Grice. It's Greenberg with it now as he bounces it to Joshua Iwamizu. Tries to drive in, and I believe this is going to be a foul against Owen Harper. And it is. So that'll be the 5th Henley team foul and first of the night for Mr. Harper. 27.5 seconds to go in the second in a 7-point game. Lofting it ahead to Grice, and Sheen tried to get a little jump on that one, ends up fouling. Sheen picks up his second foul, 6th Henley team foul.
Owen just lost his balance there and just fell right into the player.
A little too excited as Janney checks into the game, and Sheen takes a seat on the bench. Lofting it ahead to Grice. Grice trying to find Greenberg in the near corner. Greenberg spins around, kicks it outside to Grice, now to Klingler, top of the key, finding Greenberg along the far side. Greenberg takes it around. Now 10 seconds to go. Greenberg trying to back down Boersma. Takes a screen. Now top of the key. 6 seconds to go. Iwamizu at the free throw line. Kicks it out to Iwamizu. Long three won't go. And that will be the end of the first half. 29-22. And the Hornets lead the Mustangs in the inaugural Skyline Conference game of the season. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll break down the first half stats as we have them and take a look ahead at the third quarter. All that's coming up next. Continue your coverage of Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video tonight on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
It's halftime tonight at Henley High School as the Hornets lead the Mustangs 29-22. After 16 minutes of play tonight, the Hornets led in scoring 7 points for each of Luke Bennett and Owen Sheen. Blaine Boersma's got 6 tonight, along with Aiden Hayes, who's notched 5 points this evening. Shaw Stork and Owen Harper each have 2. That's how we get to 29 points for the Hornets. Meantime, for Hidden Valley, 11 points tonight for Daniel Iwamizu. Aiden Grice has got 4, along with Nathan Greenberg scoring 5. And Austin Klingler has got 2 points tonight. How we get to 22 for the Mustangs of Hidden Valley. And in that first half, Kevin, Hidden Valley trying to dictate the pace through a lot of the first quarter. Henley came back and I feel like dictated the pace a little bit in the second quarter, making things happen, making both squads run up and down the floor a little bit more, and they find themselves ahead by 7 at halftime.
Yeah, I like Henley's game plan. You know, they just stuck with it. They play aggressive defense, and eventually in that second quarter they forced some more turnovers, got the ball down the court a little more. I thought Owen Sheen gave him some nice energy as well, and they picked up a 7-point lead by the half.
And hard work on the glass is always a staple of Hornets basketball. We talked about guys like half-court shot was just hit at halftime as you hear the roar of the crowd. Second half-court shot that was hit tonight, by the way. Shout out to the senior Juan Manzo, who hit one as well. It's fun here at Henley High School, and a great atmosphere inside the Hornets' nest for a league game like tonight, as hard work on the glass and good passes for the Hornets, especially right in front of that student section. It gets everyone jumping in here. Aside from just the X's and O's on the court, it's a fun atmosphere and a great night for a basketball game.
Yeah, and I was going to mention, as far as the passing is concerned, you're right. I think Henley is really winning this game on their outlet passes.
Sure.
They're making some great, long, down-the-court outlet passes, giving them easy finishes on the other end. So you're right, controlling the boards, getting the ball up the floor in a hurry, that's been to their advantage here early, yes.
The Hornets lead 29-22 at halftime. As we're going to take one break here on the halftime show. When we come back, we'll take a little bit look around the Skyline Conference. One other game going on tonight we'll try to keep tabs on, as well as recapping what the girls did earlier tonight here at Henley High School. All that and more coming up as we continue your coverage of Henley Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
We're back at Henley High School, 29-22 the score at halftime as the Hornets lead the Mustangs in the opening Skyline Conference game of the season. The Hornets going undefeated through Skyline Conference play last year. That was the first time that head coach Luke Hammond had won any more than 7 games in conference last year, and then getting dispatched early in the playoffs from Staten. But this team this year looking for similar hopes in a conference schedule that's going to be a little bit shorter this year. Kevin, you and I were talking about with the subtraction of North Valley High School, not only what that does to the standings, but what it does to the schedule. There's 2 less league games you get to play, and while that might not seem like very much as you go through the just kind of hardships of the season. Usually games being played on Tuesday and Friday nights. You're going to lose a couple Tuesday nights, and long, week-long breaks between games this year could prove to be a different challenge for some of these teams.
It is. It's going to be a different challenge for these teams. It's hard. It's kind of hard to practice 1, 2, 3, 4 nights in a row before your game. Henley's next game is next Friday. So, and it's hard to keep your kids interested and kind of keep your momentum going. If you have a good win Friday night, you don't play for another week. So it is a little different. There are some holes in the schedule this year, and it's just something that everyone in the league will have to deal with.
Yeah, Henley filling a non-league game in the middle of the season with St. Mary's. That'll be played on the 25th. Hidden Valley doing the same thing with a matchup against North Bend. That'll come a week from tonight when they don't have a league game to be played, and then they resume league play right after that. The only other Skyline Conference game going on this evening is the Mazama Vikings visiting the Phoenix Pirates. Earlier tonight, the Mazama girls won, and the Henley girls won here on this very floor just about an hour ago, taking one away from Hidden Valley. And Kevin is assistant coach on that team. I mean, they look mighty good. Your team looked mighty good. Great passing. And talk a little bit about, for those listening on the radio who might not have joined us in that game, a little bit about that win tonight. I mean, played well and took advantage of turnovers. Yeah, the Henley girls team prides themselves on playing full court, man-to-man defense most of the time. They did a nice job, put a lot of pressure on Hidden Valley tonight, and was able to score the basketball quite a bit. So in this modern era of basketball, the idea is to play – you want to be high in the rankings, and the rankings are important at the end of the season. So both the boys and the girls here at Henley, they played a pretty tough December. A lot of games, a lot of difficult teams. Try to finish above 500 and then kind of work your way through conference and get into those playoffs. Should be a great second half here tonight as the Hornets lead the Mustangs 29-22. One more break, and we'll be ready for the third quarter tonight. iBasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Well, we'll jump right back into the third quarter of a 29-22 ball game. The Mustangs start with the basketball. A 5 on the floor for Hidden Valley. It's Iwamizu, Greenberg, Connaught, and Klingler. For the Hornets, it's Hayes, Sheen, Stork, Bennett, and Boersma as the Hornets force a quick turnover, and Sheen races up the floor for an open layup. 31-22, Hornets lead. 7:40 to go in the third. And for Sheen tonight, that's 9 points for him. Iwamizu tries launching a three on the other side. It won't go. And Sheen kicking it ahead to Boersma. Boersma racing up the floor, kicks it out to Stork, shoves it to Bennett for three. That one rattles out, no good, and Greenberg clears the boards for Hidden Valley. Greenberg trying to drive baseline and goes out of bounds. Last touched by Greenberg. Good defense by Hayes.
Yeah, Henley picking up right where they left off defensively, forcing a quick turnover. And then another one.
Boersma crosses the timeline for the Hornets. Quick pass to Bennett on the far side. Now to Stork. Kicks it to Sheen. Now to Boersma. Hayes has it. Driving baseline. Spins around and dishes it outside to Bennett. Now to Stork, top of the key. Stork trying to find Sheen. Goes up against Iwamizu. Mid-range jumper's good from Owen Sheen. Sheen with 11 points tonight. 6:50 to go in the third. And the Hornets up 11. Here's Kanat on the far side. Kanat finding Iwamizu. Now to Greenberg. Greenberg to Klingler as Cowbell City getting involved in tonight's game. Iwamizu driving baseline, step to the rim, and an open layup, a whistle. And timeout called by Coach Kessler. We'll take one too. 33-24 with 6.5 to go in the third. You've got Hornets basketball tonight on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HDMyBasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
6:33 to go in the third as the Hornets lead the Mustangs 33-24 in the opening game of the Skyline Conference regular season. Bennett has it now, dishes it to Stork. Stork going to hand it off to Bennett along the far side. Bennett trying to find an open man, finds Stork. Stork fakes left, goes right. Floater from about 6 won't go, and the rebound goes to Klingler. Now it's Greenberg. Bouncing it to Joshua Iwamizu. Now to Daniel Iwamizu. Far side to Greenberg. Trying to get it inside to Iwamizu. Loose ball collected by the Mustangs. Now it's Greenberg with it. Greenberg bouncing it over to Kanat. Guarded by Stork. Kanat getting it over to Greenberg. Greenberg at the penalty stripe. Backs up beyond the perimeter. Trying to find an open man. Finds Kanat on the far side. Kanat drives down, and a foul against the Hornets. That's going to go against Stork. Second Henley team foul. First team foul for the Hornets and first for Stork.
Henley's defense very good. Hidden Valley having trouble finding a good shot, whereas the Hornets this half have had pretty easy shot selection so far.
Greenberg, interior pass to Iwamizu on the inbound.
There's an easy one.
As the Hornets now, as Bennett drives the lane, gets a good look at the bucket, won't go, but Stork right there for the putback. As Greenberg brings it up the floor now for the Hornets, dishing it over to Kanat. Kanat guarded by Stork, finds Iwamizu, now to Greenberg. Greenberg driving inside, gets by Hayes, throws up a floater, won't go. Greenberg gets his own rebound and puts it back up and in. 2 more points for Greenberg tonight. He's got 7. Quick pass on the other side for the Hornets as Sheen stepped out of bounds along the baseline. Or was there a foul?
Got a foul down there.
Daniel Iwamizu picks up the foul, his first and his team's first of the second half. As Fisk and Grice check in for Klingler and Kanat. Here's Boersma to inbound. Lofting it high to Aiden Hayes. The half-court logo now moving right. Kicks it to Stork. Over to Sheen. Sheen head fakes a 3, takes a dribble, kicks it back outside to Hayes. Now on Stork on the right block. Stork spins around, up off the glass, it's good. Josh Stork doing some work down low. Builds the lead to 37-28. Now it's Iwamizu to Greenberg. Greenberg bouncing it over to Iwamizu on the far side. Dishing it inside to Greenberg. On that right block, outside to Iwamizu. Now it's back to Greenberg at half court. 9-point game, 37-28. 4:17 to go in the third as Fisk dishes it to Iwamizu, now to Greenberg. Greenberg, quick pass into Fisk, who gets the layup. And a whistle from the other side of the floor And the bucket counts. I'm unsure what the whistle was. Did you happen to catch that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the call was there to stop play, but Henley will get a substitution.
And Fisk's bucket count. It's 37-30, 4:06 to go in the third. As Boersma now guarded by Fisk, takes a spin, drives inside, kicks it to Harper, and a charge after the pass, as that was Grice in there to take the contact. Boersma picks up his first personal foul, second team foul for the Hornets.
After making the pass, Boersma kind of just fell forward. That was good defense by the Mustangs.
And here's Greenberg bringing it up the floor, bouncing it to Klingler. Klingler finding Fisk. Now over to Greenberg. Greenberg guarded by Hayes. Now to Grice, to Fisk. Fisk zipping it over to Iwamizu, trying to find Grice down low, off the glass and in. It's 37-32 as the Mustangs putting together a little run here in the third quarter. Sheen's got it now near side, back to Hayes. Now to Boersma far side, back to Stork. Stork gets it to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen crosses over, left elbow jumper rattles out, and Grice skies for the glass, and I believe, are they saying he stepped out of bounds?
Yes.
I think so, so it'll be Hornets basketball. Boersma to inbound, bounces it down low to Harper, who has his shot rejected by Grice again. Fourth block of the night for that young man. Is now the Mustangs bring it up the floor. Pass goes out to Klingler. Corner three, too much on it as Sheen catches the pass. Here's Boersma bringing it up. Shoves it ahead to Hayes. Hayes trying to drive in low. Goes up for the shot and is fouled. We'll see who they charge it to, as there was 3 Mustangs in the vicinity. That's going against Joshua Iwamizu, and will send Aiden Hayes to the line for 2. This is his second and third free throws of the night.
Aiden Grice with 4 blocks, and that's really affecting Henley, how they go to the rim a little bit. This last 2 or 3 minutes, they've had trouble finishing their drives, and Hidden Valley's pulled to within 5.
First free throw for Hayes is no good. And go ahead.
One of the strengths of this Henley team for Coach Hammond is they have a variety of scores. You never know which night. You try to get 4 or 5 kids in double figures. And Henley has a lot of weapons on offense. Owen Sheen leading the scoring tonight.
Hayes will take a seat on the bench for Luke Bennett, as it's Greenberg kicking it over to Grice. Grice now to Fisk, to Greenberg. Greenberg lofting it over to Klingler. Klingler dishing it to Fisk. Fisk along that left wing, kicking it to Iwamizu. Now it's Klingler trying to dribble in, kicks it to Greenberg, top of the key. Greenberg bouncing it over to Iwamizu. Iwamizu has it knocked loose by Harper, but he regains control. It's Fisk now to Greenberg on the near side. Greenberg trying to find a lane inside. Backs down Boersma along the right block. Now back to Klingler, top of the key, before he finds Greenberg again. Greenberg now to Grice. Finds Fisk. Pardon me, that was Klingler. Now to Greenberg. Gets it to Iwamizu. Head fakes a 3. Kicks it over to Klingler. 2 minutes now to go in the third. 6-point ball game. 38-22. Hornets lead. Interior pass goes to Klingler. Back to Iwamizu. Catch and shoot 3. Off the glass. No good. And Harper gets the rebound. Boersma bringing it up for the Hornets. Kicking it to Sheen in the far corner. Sheen back to Bennett. Top of the key. Steps into a 3. Won't go. Rebound collected by the Mustangs as Greenberg brings it up the floor. Greenberg trying to find room along that left elbow. Loose ball is going to be kicked out of bounds. Possession goes to the Hornets.
There's something to be said for persistence. These teams are not changing their game plans at all. Even down 6, Hidden Valley, they're being patient. They're taking their time. And Henley still aggressive, keeping the up-tempo pace.
The Mustangs did lead after that first quarter playing their brand of basketball. They led by 2. And so trying to return to that to chip away at Henley's lead has worked in this third quarter. Inbound pass goes to Iwamizu. Takes a step and hands it to Greenberg, who backs up, guarded by Stork. Greenberg with some nice handles along the far side. Dishes it over to Iwamizu. Iwamizu putting it on the deck, trying to find Grice, but instead kicks it to Greenberg. Greenberg out to Grice for three, good.
Hidden Valley really passing the ball well in this third quarter. Fighting the open player.
Sheen with it now on the far corner, drives baseline, up off the glass, won't go, and Harper there for the putback. Harper's got 4 points tonight as the Hornets lead 40-35. It's Greenberg with it now, zips it over to Grice. Grice lofting it to Iwamizu. Now to Greenberg. And it's Iwamizu, now to Iwamizu, kicking it to Klingler. Klingler finding Greenberg, and a foul going to be charged to Luke Bennett. That'll be the Hornets' 4th team foul. 24 seconds to go in the third, 40-35.
Haven't seen either team in really any foul trouble tonight so far. That hasn't been a factor.
Greenberg to inbound. Finds Iwamizu top of the key. Iwamizu driving that left block, goes up with the shot, and it rattles home.
It's a nice move.
4 points tonight for Iwamizu as Boersma trying to take some time off the clock now. 10 seconds to go in this quarter. Gets to Stork. Stork to Hayes, near side. Three, won't go. Rebound collected by Iwamizu, and the shot will not count. 40-37, the score after three. This game coming down to it. We've got 8 minutes left to decide it as you get ready for fourth quarter action next on mybasin.com and 104.3 at 60 Sports.
I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Getting ready for the fourth quarter tonight from Henley High School as the Hornets lead the Mustangs 40-37. Hornets start with possession of the basketball, and Owen Sheen goes up and gets the layup. 42-37 now, 7:47 to go in the fourth, and the Mustangs bringing it up the floor. Greenberg with it now, top of the key. Long three attempt by Iwamizu won't go, and Aiden Hayes collects the rebound. So he brings it up the floor. Hayes going strong to the rim, up with the shot, and it's good. Aiden Hayes going coast to coast for the bucket. His team up by 7. 7.5 to go in the fourth. It's Klingler with it now, dishing it to Knott. Now to Greenberg, far side, drives baseline, up with the shot, and a foul. And we'll see if this is on the shot or before the shot.
Greenberg had a step on his defender, made a wise move to go to the basket, and drew the foul.
Foul was before the shot, so Greenberg will inbound underneath his own basket. Lofting it ahead to Knott. Knott over to Greenberg. Greenberg trying to drive inside at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Klingler, now back to Greenberg. Over to Knott. Well beyond the perimeter, now to Greenberg, guarded by Harper. Greenberg trying to drive inside against Harper, goes up with the shot, Harper denies him, and Boersma gets the rebound. Kicks it ahead to Stork, turning on the Jets, up with the shot, it's good! Timeout called by Coach Kessler, and we'll take time as well. 46-37, 6:43 to go in the fourth, and the Hornets lead the Mustangs on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video tonight on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out.
Plus, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge.
Back in the fourth quarter at Henley High School for tonight's Skyline Conference coverage. The Hornets lead the Mustangs 46-37, and it'll be Mustangs basketball as we come out of the break.
That was a great start for Henley, that first minute 17. Really strong here in the fourth quarter for the Hornets.
Iwamizu to Klingler, now to Greenberg. Greenberg driving baseline, underhand shovel pass to Iwamizu. Battles down low and gets fouled. And so Iwamizu will head to the line for a couple. Tonight's game on mybasin.com, brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Refuel after the game at Mountain Mike's Pizza. You've earned a pizza made with 100% whole milk mozzarella and toppings piled so high that you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn near Walmart Shopping Center. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. The first free throw, no good from Joshua Iwamizu, so we'll get a second look at it here. And that one's good. Now an 8-point ball game. The Hornets pushing the pace. Sheen with a layup high off the glass, and that one falls. Owen Sheen making it look easy with a tough layup. Shot on the other side, a triple, no good from Iwamizu. Boersma gets the rebound, pass ahead to Sheen, tries to go again and gets fouled. And so Owen Sheen will head to the line for 2 free throws.
We'll watch now, because this is where Hidden Valley may have to change their game plan just a little bit. With 6 minutes to play, they're down 10. They can't be as patient. They're going to have to take some quick shots, and we'll see how they respond to that.
They've hit a few threes tonight, so more than Henley has. This team has also shot more threes, so they're content to take that shot and settle for a quick triple if they need to.
Right. That may be the way to get back into this game.
First free throw is no good, but the second one finds its home as Henley now leads 49-38. It's Greenberg with it. Finds Iwamizu. Iwamizu, right elbow jumper. That won't go, but a foul on the rebound. And we'll see where this is going. So Owen Harper collects the foul, his third, 6th Henley team foul. And that'll also be something to pay attention to as we get closer to the bonus for Hidden Valley,
right.
A chance to maybe find their way back into this game as well.
Right.
And it looks like there's a wet spot on the floor as we take care of that. We'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate. Klamath Falls Subaru, stop by and say hi. And it looks like
got the towel out there and we're ready to go.
Everyone's squeaking their shoes on the hardwood. And we're ready for basketball. Here we go. Hidden Valley's got it. Greenberg lofting it high to Grice. Now to Iwamizu. Back to Greenberg in the far corner. Greenberg driving baseline. Terminates the dribble. Up with the shot. Won't go. And Bennett skies for the rebound. Hornets pushing the pace. Lofted ahead to Stork. Dishing it inside to Boersma. High off the glass. No good. And a whistle. And I believe Boersma was fouled on the shot, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Henley in a full sprint. When they decide to go, they go. That was full speed and some good passing, ending up in free throws here for Boersma.
First one's good for Blaine. Henley crosses 50 points and leads by 12. Second free throw coming up for Boersma. who's got 7 points tonight, make it 8 as the second free throw is good. 51-38, 4:36 to go in the final quarter. The Hornets lead the Mustangs, and now the Hornets breaking out a little bit of a press as Greenberg is going to call time, or I believe the Hidden Valley bench calls time. We'll take a timeout as well. 5.5 to go in the fourth, and the Hornets lead 51-38. You've got Hornets basketball tonight on 104.60 Sports.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Fourth quarter, 51-38, 5.5 to go in the final quarter. Hornets lead the Mustangs tonight in the first game of the Skyline Conference season. If you're watching tonight on mybasin.com, you can see the student section, which is filled up tonight at Henley High School. I believe there was some kind of theme tonight, but I don't really see too many people participating, just a lot of jeans and T-shirts.
Yeah, they usually have a theme. Once we get deeper into the league, we'll see that even more.
But they are making their presence known. They get loud here inside Henley High School.
Yeah.
It's an atmosphere for sure.
Henley's showing a little man-to-man trap on that last possession, so getting even more aggressive on defense.
Inbound pass goes to Greenberg as the Mustangs possession down 13. And there's the student section involved as well with chants of Cowbell City. And Iwamizu dishing it over to Klingler. Klingler bouncing it to Greenberg. Greenberg driving inside, stops at the free throw line, spins around to his right. Left-handed layup, high off the glass, won't go. Grice gets the rebound. He tries to go back up with it. No good, and Owen Sheen cleans the glass. Now it's Boersma with it, kicking it over to Bennett, far side, now to Stork. Stork puts it on the deck, bounces it outside to Sheen. And the pass intended for Bennett, stolen away by Grice. He goes up with the shot and gets it. And so now an 11-point game, 51-40, 4:43 to go in the final quarter. So those 2 points for Grice give him 12 on the night. Pardon me, 11 on the night. Boersma dishing it to Bennett. Bennett inside to Hayes, tries to drive that right block, kicks it outside to Sheen, now to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett fakes left, goes right, kicks it out to Sheen, far corner, driving baseline, pass to Hayes, outside three, it rattles home for Aiden Hayes.
The big shot for Hayes. Henley now taking their time a little bit with 4 minutes to go.
54-40, 4:04 to go in the fourth, and the Hornets lead the Mustangs. Here's the pass to Klingler, now to Greenberg. Greenberg trying to find a way to the rim and gets fouled on the shot. So Greenberg, a chance at a couple here. He's got 7 points tonight.
Greenberg pretty good at creating things. He's good at creating shots for himself and then also making some passing lanes available to get to his teammates. Good point guard.
Here's the free throw from Greenberg. It's good. 5 on the floor for Henley. It's Hayes, Boersma, Sheen, Stork, and Bennett. For Hidden Valley, it's Iwamizu, Grice, Greenberg, Iwamizu, and Klingler. The second free throw is good as well. The Hornets now moving the ball up the floor. Pass to Sheen, tries to drive baseline, up with the shot, and it's good. 2 more points for Owen Sheen tonight. As now Hidden Valley trying to make something happen. Greenberg up with the shot and travels.
Hidden Valley now having to force it a little more on offense, more than they like. And that was a turnover for them there.
And the defense trying to put a little pressure on Henley. Pass into the front court goes to Stork. Stork underneath, pass to Boersma. Beautiful reverse layup for Blaine Boersma. Extends the lead to 16.
That was fancy. Had a little spin on the ball there.
Here's Greenberg bouncing it outside to Iwamizu. Iwamizu steps back, kicks to Iwamizu. Top of the key, steps into a three. Won't go. Rebound collected by Klingler. Kicks it back out to Iwamizu for another three. That one's no good, and Sheen skies for the rebound. Sheen bringing it up for the Hornets, kicking it to Stork. Stork out to Boersma. And the pass intended for Sheen is picked away by Klingler, and Sheen will foul Klingler in transition. And with that being Henley's 8th team foul, Hidden Valley squarely in the bonus, and so Klingler will be shooting 1-1.
Henley's had a few of those turnovers, trying to make that long cross-court pass just too long. Hidden Valley quick enough to step in there and intercept the ball and go the other way.
And Coach Hammond calls time. We'll stick with you through this timeout. 58:42 to go in the fourth, 2:47 to go in the ball game. And Blaine Boersma, you mentioned, put a little spin on that nice layup. He's got 12 points tonight. Owen Sheen well past that. Don't have it exactly tallied, but this Henley team, which usually kind of spreads the love in terms of scoring, been pretty top-heavy tonight, but it's been a good game for each Sheen and Boersma tonight.
Yeah, and those two are shooting well. I'd say as a team, they're rebounding very well, and Henley's picked up some key rebounds, put back baskets, and then defensive rebounds starting their fast break. So I'd say the rebound has been a big key here in the second half to extend that lead to 16.
And you mentioned for Hidden Valley forced to kind of play a different brand of basketball in this fourth quarter than they have in the first three quarters, and it's allowed Henley to extend this lead by just a couple of points in the last few minutes.
Right.
But now as we get ready for the final 2:47, the Hornets up by 16 will get free throws for Austin Klingler. At least one free throw as he's shooting 1-1. That one's good, so we'll get a second from Klingler. The sophomore guard's got 3 points tonight.
I expect Hidden Valley to do some sort of press here. They're going to need some points in a hurry.
And that second free throw hit off the back of the rim. It was no good. Stork saves it from going out of bounds, or so he thought. He steps out of bounds in the process. It'll be Mustangs basketball right in front of some fans here in the front row on the near side.
It's a good effort from Shaw. He just stepped on the line.
Iwamizu to inbound, finds Greenberg. Now to Iwamizu on the far side. Going to get inside to Iwamizu on the right block. Kicks it outside to Klingler. Now to Greenberg, top of the key. Greenberg back outside to Iwamizu for three. Front iron, no good. And the Mustangs can't collect the rebound. Over and back as Henley takes possession.
Hidden Valley forced to take some threes now, and long rebounds. That one going to the Hornets.
Boersma crosses the timeline for Henley. Walks into a double team to Sheen. Now to Bennett, far side. Back to Boersma. Getting it inside to Stork. Over to Bennett. Lofting it to Sheen near side. Inside to Stork on the left block. Passing it to Bennett. Now to Hayes. Fakes a three. Back out to Bennett on the far side. And the Mustangs playing aggressive defense, trying to shift the double team wherever they can. And Bennett takes a step in the interior and knocks down a mid-range jump shot, 60-43, as the Hornets continue to build this lead.
Henley played that one just right, taking time off the clock, getting an easy hoop.
Iwamizu along the far side, driving baseline, kicks it outside to Greenberg for a three that rattles home. Greenberg with his first triple of the night. And Klingler picks the pass away and was fouled, so it'll be 1-1 for Klingler.
Henley just needs to take good care of the ball and force Hidden Valley to foul, and they should be all right. Up by 14.
And Hidden Valley is going to call a timeout. Just mentioned 14 points separate these two teams with 1:34 to go in the fourth quarter. 60-46 the score. And for this game nearing its end, we'll take a look ahead on the schedule for each of these ball clubs. For Henley, it's a week off before traveling to Mazama. That'll be a week from tonight on the 20th. Then they'll be back at home against St. Mary's before closing out the month of January at Pelcourt to take on the Klamath Union Pelicans. Meantime, for Hidden Valley coming up this season, they've got North Bend a week from tonight at their place, and then following that up with a game against Phoenix. They'll close out the month of January at home against the Mazama Vikings. Month of February continues for each of these teams before we start the playoffs at the end of that month, and soon enough we'll be at the final sites, the Elite Eight for all classifications, which is always a fun time of year. That'll be in the first couple weeks of March. As it feels like we're talking far out. We're only in the beginning parts of January. We're talking about halfway through March, but it comes up on us quick every season.
Well, in this game, you could argue we may be looking at the best two teams in this conference.
I wouldn't doubt that,
So this game, even though it's early, it's a pivotal game for both of these teams in trying to win the league.
First free throw no good from Klingler, so Henley gets the rebound. Boersma pressured up the floor. Bounces it over to Bennett, now back to Boersma. Boersma bouncing it to Sheen, well beyond the perimeter. Getting it inside to Hayes, who goes up with the shot, and it's good.
Another good possession for Henley, just what they wanted.
Now it's Hidden Valley with it. Greenberg driving inside, mid-range jump shot. That one rolls around the rim and falls, 62-48. A minute 1 to go in the fourth. Now it's Boersma over to Bennett, inside to Stork on the right elbow, back outside to Boersma. Now to Bennett. Bennett finds Hayes far side, inside to Sheen, an open look at the rim for two, and Owen Sheen continuing to build on a strong game tonight as Hidden Valley brings it up the floor. Greenberg walks into a three, that one won't go, and Owen Sheen gets the rebound. And Blaine Boersma to bring it up the floor as we cross the 30-second margin to go in the game. Henley leads 64-48. And Bennett with it now, giving it to Sheen, and with a lack of a shot clock in Oregon for just this season, the Hornets could dribble out with now 14 seconds to go, and it's looking like that will be the case as the Henley Hornets grabbing win number 7 on the season and win number 1 in Skyline Conference play as the final buzzer sounds to a 64-48 victory for the Hornets. We're going to take one break, and we'll be right back, recap the leading scorers for you, and take a look ahead at the rest of the Skyline Conference when we come back. More Hornets basketball coverage tonight on 104.3 and 9 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Appreciate you being with us tonight on mybasin.com, also on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Final score tonight from the Hornets' Nest, 64-48 as Henley taking care of business in their first conference game of the season, led in scoring by Owen Sheen tonight, who scored 20 points. Aiden Hayes had 13. Blaine Boersma scored 12 tonight, followed by 9 from Luke Bennett. Shaw Stork had 8 points tonight, along with 4 from Owen Harper. For the Mustangs this evening, 14 points led the way from Nathan Greenberg, 11 tonight from Daniel Iwamizu and Aiden Grice. 5 points for Joshua Iwamizu tonight, 3 for Austin Klingler, and 2 for Aiden Fisk is how we come to our final score of 64-48. Kevin, you and I were talking throughout pretty much the whole game about the differing paces and styles for each of these teams. And tonight it was Henley who was able to battle through differing circumstances and come away with a win.
Yeah, I thought that Henley executed their game plan probably the best tonight. They got a lot of easy hoops. When you think about it, they didn't take many jump shots at all. A lot of hoops around the rim, a lot of rebounds, follow-up, offensive rebounds, and scoring that way. So I just think Henley had a little bit better luck executing their plan tonight, and it worked out for them.
64-48 the final. We're going to take one more break on our post-game show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the Skyline Conference and tell you what's next on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video tonight, ibasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
64-48, the final score tonight from Henley High School as the Hornets took care of business against the Hidden Valley Mustangs to open up their Skyline Conference season with a 1-0 record. And the Hidden Valley Mustangs dropping to 0-1 as we take a look around the conference. Mazama was visiting Phoenix tonight. I don't have a final score yet there, although that's the only other conference game happening tonight. And I look forward to a Skyline Conference season with a lot of competition. You mentioned that maybe some of the best teams in the conference going at it here tonight. Phoenix also 500 coming into tonight's matchup, but a lot of teams ranked in the about 12 to 25 range in the Skyline Conference. The Hornets ranked 8th, looking to climb up those rankings as we move forward through the rest of the season. For the Hornets, that takes them to Mazama High School on the 20th and to Klamath Union on the 31st. For the Mustangs, they are back home against North Bend before visiting Phoenix and hosting Mazama through the month of January. We're getting into it now. Got to put your heads down and play some good basketball through league play, as it's definitely a little bit too early to start talking and looking ahead to playoffs, but I think each of these teams have that on their mind coming into the season, and certainly not an unrealistic goal to set. It was good basketball here tonight, and you wouldn't doubt either of these teams making a trip there.
Yeah, it was good basketball, and you can see where Hidden Valley could be dangerous for sure. They have a couple really good scores in Greenberg and Iwazimu. Did I say that correctly?
Iwamizu.
I can't pronounce their name in football. I can't pronounce it right in basketball. One of these days, maybe baseball.
We'll get it. They do play baseball. The Iwamizus play baseball, yeah.
But they're both very good players, and I'm sure they'll win a lot of games. I think tonight, you never know what happens, but I think we're going to find out. Tonight was an important win for Henley.
64-48 the final. This about does it for us tonight on mybasin.com. Appreciate you sticking with us all night long. Of course, you can watch a replay of this game and many others just by visiting us online at mybasin.com. It's your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to special events and, of course, sports. Find us online at mybasin.com. We'd like to thank a few of the folks that make tonight's broadcast possible. Of course, both head coaches, Mr. Jordan Kessler for Hidden Valley and Luke Hammond, also the athletic director here at Henley High School, would like to also thank Travis Howard, the athletic director at Hidden Valley, for publicizing our broadcast, getting a few of those Hidden Valley folks watching tonight. If you did, we appreciate you joining as well tonight. Final score from Henley High School, the Hornets defeating the Mustangs 64-48. For Kevin Petrick, I'm Josh Eldridge saying good night from the Hornets' Nest.